Hi, I'm so excited today to share my experience with Goddess Harmony and Kepra. My name is Ariel. I've been working with Kepra since around February, and so much has changed in my life so far. When I first reached out to her, I was going through a really tough time. I had gone through some really big trauma back in October, and I was on this quest to kind of just really find reasons to live, to really feel like my experience on this planet mattered. And I had been doing my own research and kind of coming to an understanding of my power as an empath and what that means, and really understanding other dimensions of consciousness and understanding. But I got to a certain point where I realized that I needed help. I needed more guidance, connection with another person to really get me to the next phase of where I wanted to be and really just heal. I wanted to feel happy again. I wanted to feel like my life mattered. And I just realized that I couldn't really do it alone. So I started reaching out and going to certain spaces. So I met a woman at an event who just had this air, this light about her, this ease, and everybody in the room could really feel that. And I asked her, "What are you doing? Like, who are you talking with?" And she connected me with Kepra. So very shortly thereafter, I booked my first appointment with her, and it really was a breakdown of everything, of aligning my chakras and where I was at. It really, that first meeting with her, I was so nervous and so scared. What was it going to be like? What was she going to know about myself? But I trusted that all I needed to do was to remain open and hear what my spirit guides and what she had to offer me. And from there, really made a plan and really understanding certain foods that I needed to add to my diet, more alkaline. A lot was going on in my throat chakra in terms of me really being able to communicate my truth and who I am and what I wanted, to not be afraid of that, really utilizing my voice. And so after that first session, that was a really big lesson and really big understanding that I had gotten, was that I needed to be clear in the ways that I communicated. And it was also affirming to me of where I was and all the good work that I was already doing on my journey so far. I had been on a spiritual journey for over 5 years at this point, but really wanting to take that to the next level. And so after that session, I met with Kepra again a couple months later, and this, I feel like, is the most empowering one. I think for my entire life, and even up until this point, I was constantly looking for something outside of myself to kind of come and rescue me. I really was resistant to building this relationship with self, with my own source, my own divinity. And I'm really resistant to this, wanting a relationship, wanting all these things to come into my life and to give me permission to really exist, depending on external validations. And so talking with her at this point, this next session, it was very clear that I was still seeking, and just having her and her voice in my head saying, "Look, there is work for you to do. Did you go back and listen to our first session and hear about things that you can further apply, whether it's, beyond food?" It was me writing out certain traumas that I had experienced, and really going there. And so I really was open to hearing her at this point and going back and looking at our first session and being willing to write out things in my heart and my spaces and my chakras that I was holding on to. And this was the next level of the work that I was able to do. She also told me about certain opportunities that would be coming on that were going to be a new adventure, a new life path, and how I just needed to be open to that if I wasn't feeling so safe and understood in the space that I was in my life and just in my home, and in me living in the environment that I was living in. And as soon as I got off that call, I really committed to not just looking at Goddess Harmony as a place of saving, but as a place of really allowing me to become, I would guess, the own savior in my own life, to really commit to doing the work and facing things that I had been avoiding my entire life, the trauma that I experienced, really looking to write it out and what that could have healed in my heart. And if anything was going to change in my life, it would really, worth anything, it would really have to start in that place. And I noticed that as I committed in those moments of like, I don't want to write this out, this is coming up, I don't want to write this out, I'm scared, I'm terrified, hearing Kepra's voice and hearing that I could, in fact, get rid of these strongholds that are on my mind, guiding the direction and trajectory of my experience, that I could really get to that point of letting go. So I started writing, and I really started digging deep. I heard Kepra's voice in my head. I started to hear other things in my own mind. The voices in my mind started changing. It was no longer, why are you here? Or you just don't even exist right now. That negative narrative was switching and started to become more positive. I could feel a lightness in my feet and in my being. I could see how my attraction to other souls were changing. I could see how I kind of had come to this deeper sense of acceptance for my experience and not feeling like I needed to so much get the guy or get to another place. Like, I became more comfortable within myself. And so where am I now? I feel like you can kind of even see it and hopefully hear it from even the beginning of me speaking to now. I'm not even feeling the best right now physically, but I feel so much freer. I feel grounded. I'm going through a really big transition in my life, starting a transition in my life that Kepra already told me about that was going to be happening. I'm making a big move, a career change, more quickly and deeply aligned with my purpose. It's just the next phase in my pattern, and my goal right now is to get excited and to be excited in this moment about it. I feel like the biggest gift that Kepra has given me is a true trust, a feeling of trust and safety in my divinity, that I am here for a reason, and that there is so much more for me to experience. There's so much more that my soul is craving, that I will eventually get that relationship. But right now, in this moment, I don't feel like I need it. I don't need to ask about these things because I know they're already mine. And the deeper that I commit to going in this journey and in this work, the more will be revealed. And so I'm just really excited to live again. I'm excited to see what more is out there for me. And I am full of just complete and utter gratitude for the gift that the universe has given to Kepra, and the fact that on this journey I've been able to have it shared with me. And I know that because of it, I'll only become bigger and brighter and shine more so that other people can really benefit from it. It's something that has definitely changed my experience and just made me feel comfortable in being and receiving. So I love you, and love and light to whoever is out there, and please understand that you're worth it as you are, and you are enough. And it is vital that we have people in our lives, spirits in our lives, that are able to guide us to that truth, is that as you are, and you are enough. So thank you. Bye.